Should we start streaming defenses versus the Giants?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, number one, the O-line is obviously the biggest issue. I know Daniel Jones actually, had his worst game in quite some time yesterday, just was sloppier than normal. But I also think it's due to he's like just seeing ghosts now. Darren Waller, he has not shown up really at all this year. And then they keep just rotating the receivers. Like they have a bunch of mid-level guys, but they're not like getting any kind of chemistry built with Jones. So when you're rotating in and out of Darius Slay and Hodges and Jalen Hyatt. I know Wan'Dale Robinson had a solid game, but it's just like you need some consistency. They have the Buffalo Bills upcoming. They have the Dolphins upcoming. They have a tough Jets defense upcoming, a tough Patriots defense upcoming. So the Seahawks game last night on Monday Night Football was such a must win. It was almost like a quasi playoff game for them to stay relevant. And to bring it back to fantasy, when you're not getting any offensive production and you're not scoring, they have not scored a touchdown in the first half. They're just being outscored tremendously. The game script changes. And so now you have a bad offensive line with a quarterback with no weapons, without his best player behind him. You're going to run into a lot of issues in fantasy world.
But with the state of this offensive line, would it be smart for those who are in need to move Saquon? Do you think it's going to affect? Okay.
I think so. Saquon could only do so much in the beginning of the game when the score is still tight. And then if games get out of hand early, like they actually have been, he's going to be game scripted out. And I just think with the state of the offensive line, Daniel Jones not really impressing us so far, not moving the ball down the field. I think Saquon's kind of just going to be game scripted out of it.
Darren Waller, what do we do? Are we the fools here? Because there's a 31-year-old, basically Kyle Pitts. That's what we drafted, right? Should we have seen that or should we have known? I mean, Darren Waller was phenomenal with the Raiders.
Waller is the one mainstay that actually stays on the field with the offense, whereas the receivers keep swapping in, swapping out. I think there is a path, especially the Giants being down in games, that Jones and Kafka and Dable put their heads together and go, look, this guy is somewhat uncoverable. I understand his age, but Travis Kelce's old too. There is a path for Waller to be more substantial going forward.